And this is the reason children are so beautiful. So we would enjoy looking at them, because your sons are going to be 14 and they're not going to look so hot by then. They are not. They're going to have pimples. They'll have oily hair. They'll have body odor. They'll be all out of proportion. Right now, they're gorgeous. All three of them still. Hallelujah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Parent Chat. And today I want to start by playing you something that's very annoying. Just listen. Okay, besides that being maybe the most annoying thing you'll hear all day, the whole situation's set up like this. Calvin's jumping on the couch. I can hear it happening in the distance. He falls off the couch. He's now crying for me because he skinned his knee and he needs me to come running to him. Ollie happened to have my phone and captured it all on camera. And what you don't see is me running in to save him, because I kind of think in this situation, he can figure this one out. So I'm so excited to talk to our guest today, because this is exactly what she does. She has spent her career helping parents navigate these tricky situations. She's a clinical psychologist and the best-selling author of 2 books, including The Blessing of a Skinned Knee, which couldn't be a more appropriate title for exactly what I just showed you. So please welcome Dr. Wendy Mogel. I'm really excited to talk with you. I have 3 little boys. They're 8, 5, and 3. You have twin grandkids, right?
Boys.
How's that going? How is being a grandparent different than being a parent?
It is the greatest love affair of all time. And the thing that has struck me so much about twins is how much temperament is inborn.
Interesting, because they're raised in the same house.
They were different in utero. They are different now. And everything is a stage, Dylan. Everything.
Wow.
So tell me about these boys. Tell me about these 3 boys.
Well, it's funny to hear you say how different they are naturally, because they are different. I don't know if it's birth order or just their type of personalities. They're just different. And I wonder, do I need to keep a steady way of parenting and let them ebb and flow based on my parenting style, or do I need to parent each child differently?
Both. Absolutely both. So you want to keep steady for your own survival, and because no matter how brilliant you are, and I know you are brilliant, it's too much mental congestion to sort it out for each one every single second and do it exactly right.
It's a perfect description. I started off this episode with a clip of my oldest son crying over a skinned knee, literally crying over a skinned knee, but like laugh crying. So I just sort of let it happen. And it's so perfect that the title of your book is The Blessing of a Skinned Knee. What is the purpose of that particular book?
I wrote that book because I wanted to talk myself into doing all of those things. We are overprotecting, overindulging, overscheduling our children. And again, mistaking each moment as predictive of the future. So I was with the boys in the park the other day, and they are not yet 3. And one of them said to me, Calvin is fairer skinned than Noah. And he said,
I have a Calvin too. My oldest is Calvin.
You do?
Yes, I do.
So Noah said to me, he came up to me and he said, Grandma Wendy, he said, Calvin is not wearing his hat and he doesn't have enough sunscreen on. That child is 2 years old. And it was not tattling. It was maternal and protective and tender. So that's one side of it. Calvin is off at every moment. We have twice thought we lost him in a bubble pit.
Wow.
Because he's just, and he's always fine. So the answer to your question about the blessing of a skinned knee is, if we keep them corralled in a narrow sphere of our own anxious projections about the future of the planet. And the paradox is, the more we protect them, in a way that is not sensible or natural or appropriate, the more anxious they will be. And the ones right now in my practice that are the most anxious are the younger brothers.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's funny. It's funny you say that because I know we have neighbors that live literally next door. The house
Yes.
next door. They are best friends with the kids that live next door. And I'll tell Calvin, go see what the girls are doing. And he'll be like, okay, but can you come with me? And I'm like, no, because it's out the door. Like you don't even have to cross the street. And he's like, but I don't want to go by myself. Ollie, you come with me. And then Ollie doesn't want to go because whatever Calvin's nervous about to go next door, he doesn't want to go. And it usually ends up being my youngest, Rusty, who's like, all right, let's just go. And they all walk out the door together. But, a part of me loves that the three of them are so close and they will do things together. But I do worry about that fear of not just going and doing something, like needing to have a buddy.
So I'm going to rewrite the script, which is, and it was Calvin you were saying this to, yes? Calvin, I wonder what the girls are doing right now. And that's it. Invites him into the consideration about something that he might be curious about. Rather than a directive. We are in a hurry. We are ambitious. We are hoping for the children to be happy, which is a giant trap. And we also want them out of our hair. Go over there.
I probably said it like that. Like, why don't you go over and see what they're doing next door?
And stay for a really long time, and maybe they'll give you lunch and dinner, and you can sleep over and come back in a week.
And then they walk in the house 2 minutes later. I'm like, you're back already?
Exactly. If you invite them into curiosity, I'm more interested in when he gets home than when he leaves. So if he does decide to go over there and shares with you, and you are not digging for intel, were you on screens the whole time, you little brat? And I really trusted those parents, but they're getting more corrupt by the moment. None of that. So he comes back and he tells you anything that happened there. You stop everything you're doing. You look that gorgeous child in the eyes. And this is the reason children are so beautiful. So we would enjoy looking at them, because your sons are going to be 14 and they're not going to look so hot by then. They are not. They're going to have pimples. They'll have oily hair. They'll have body odor. They'll be all out of proportion. Right now, they're gorgeous. All three of them still. Hallelujah. So you get to look at that face, and anything he tells you, you will say to him, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Can you just touch on why raising kids who can be resilient is the thing we should be doing?
It is, you will define it for each of your sons differently. You are going to look at the continuum between appropriate caution and terror. You do not want to put your children in situations that will terrify and possibly traumatize them. So resilience means that children continuously experience challenges and figure out ways to overcome them and develop pride, satisfaction, and delight at having done so. And it will change all the time and in different situations and at different ages, almost day by day. And as much as you can, to let them know how much you appreciate their capacity, and then you emphasize the satisfaction in overcoming a challenge, such as going next door and hanging out with the friends.
So what would be your tip for someone listening who wants to have a child who's more resilient? Is there something we can do to kind of hold ourselves back and let them experience the challenge and get through it themselves?
So the greatest way to teach resilience is for your children to see you doing it yourself. So you can, and you don't want to be boring, and you don't want to sneak a pious lesson into something that is masquerading as casual conversation. But you can say, I had a meeting at work today. I was a little bit nervous beforehand. And I notice I sometimes do that. I tell myself little stories about how it could go. And those stories tend to be a little bit dark. And you would only say this to your third grader. And then I had such a good time and I felt so good afterwards. So we always want to be acting at the limit of our challenge to survive and thrive. And it changes all the time.
You use other terms to describe kids, like teacups and Crispies. What do those terms mean, and what kids are like that?
Teacups and Crispies are the kids who have been so scheduled, so pressured, and so protective that skinning a knee I wanted to, so my book about teenagers is called The Blessing of a B-, because teachers used to give D's then.
Right. That's true.
And no D's now because they can't bear having to deal with the parents.
The parents who are going to call.
So the Teacups and Crispies, they're so fragile and so burned out. And they are little rusties. But usually it happens starting about 9 or starting in 4th grade. And we have a huge range of age of kids in 4th grade now because the parents are redshirting the boys for academics. It used to just be for sports. I want the parents to respect whatever interests they have that are not transcript fodder. And in almost every session, my goal is to make the parents laugh, and I laugh at them and I laugh with them because we need humor so badly. I see, again, these are wonderful parents and they're turning into transcript pimps. So in my 1st grade classroom yesterday, the teacher was talking to children. It was so sweet. And she's going to start rolling out the rules of engagement. So, and this is the modern era. She was telling them they don't touch each other without permission. So school will do that for your boys. You can have so much fun with them at home and playfulness, but also speak to them about how they treat each other. And this is very tricky because this is the sibling rivalry ecosystem. We want them to treat each other a little bit horribly so that they get used to the rough and tumble emotions of siblings, and we don't want cruelty.
Yeah, which leads me to the question, they are rough and tumble. I mean, they are like a bunch of tiger cubs who will just squeal, like fight until someone squeals, and then they go their separate ways, and then they love each other and can't be apart, so they come right back together. So that's one of those situations where I'm very hands off, and I don't really know what to do when one of them comes over and says, Calvin just hit me. Well, I hit Calvin because he put his face in my face. Like there's a lot of dynamics happening, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to step in before I let them figure it out themselves.
So the most aggressive and expressive one of the 3, you're going to help shape self-discipline, self-control, and moderation. And the most timid or sensitive or inhibited one, you're going to teach to get his dukes up a little bit. When you get a call from the school, and I always ask my patients this, because they say they're being horrible to each other and it's a nightmare here and I'm afraid I'm raising monsters. And I say, has the school called you? Have they asked you in? Are they worried? And if you're not, I tell them not to worry about it. If you see stewardship, tenderness, being able to code switch to a younger child's way of speaking, then I have confidence in that child. And we always want the worst behavior at home and the best behavior in school. The kids I worry about are the kids who are very, very good at home and act out in school, because those are the kids who are worried. We call them parentified children. They are worried about their parents' mental health, their parents' addiction. If they are seeing that, they are comfortable to be awful at home. That's how I want them, and really well behaved in school. And if it's the reverse, then I'm concerned.
That's refreshing, because I was on vacation. I had the 3 boys, and they're acting up, they're being silly, they're fighting, they're gross humor, all that stuff. And then my niece came down, because I had to leave and go back to work, and my niece came down to watch them for 2 days by herself. She's 19.
Yes, I'm so happy. Yes.
They went out to dinner one night, and I said, "How was Rusty?" And my friend said, honestly, he was like a little gentleman. He sat at the table, he ate his entire meal, he ate his entire dessert, and he just sat there the whole time. And I've never, he's the 3-year-old, and she's like, he was just a perfect gentleman. And it just made me so happy, because they were so well behaved while I was gone. And I did say to my niece, I said, they're probably going to behave a lot better for you than they do for me. And that was certainly the case.
And Dylan, I want you to write down what your niece said to you about Rusty, just like a little amulet, so you can pull it out at any moment when you're thinking he is not maturing into a civilized human. He is so primitive. He's behind.
I know,
He's a
it made
little
my
gentleman.
day.
Also, that he ate all his food.
I know, there's that too.
And he didn't eat it with his fingers, unless they were having pizza and you're supposed to.
I didn't ask how he ate it. I was just happy he ate it. I want to ask, because I feel like, there are a lot of folks watching, parents who work a lot, who can't be home all the time. They overschedule their kids because maybe they just want to make sure they're doing something, and they feel less guilty about not being there if their kid is off doing something else. I mean, what is some practical advice for that type of situation to make sure we're still there for our kids, even if we physically can't be there for them?
The scheduled activities that the working parent puts their child in gives them opportunities to get good at things, to be with other children, to be with inspirational adults that are not their parents. Parents spend much more time with their children now than they did in the 1950s. It's paradoxical, because we think we're neglecting them by working so hard and being away so much. And then we don't say what our parents may have said to us, which is, what did you learn in school today? In the conversations with your kids, no matter how limited the time, to let them lead you, and you are going to follow them right there instead of teaching them lessons. So when they are upset, you can say to them, ouch. Or so there are 2 things you want to say. One is to say, wow. And there's, I believe it's a Swedish word, which is Uffda. And it means, I feel the pain you are feeling right now. Ouch.
It's so funny you say that, because I say Uffda all the time, and I had no idea what it actually meant.
Is it Swedish? I don't know.
No, but if they tell me a story, and the story is something that happens to them that just frankly stinks, I'll just go like, Uffda. I had no idea where it came from.
Uffda is the word that says, and it's just uncanny and beautiful to me, Dylan, that you say that to your kids, because a cross between wow, which is, I am enchanted with this thing you're telling me, and Uffda, which is, I feel your pain, but it's also light. It means it happens to all of us. And then you say, what's your plan? What are your ideas?
I love that so much. And I love the knowledge you have of how, I just want to take notes here and the ways I should say things to my kids and how it just evokes a better reaction from them. But we do a segment here called Parenting Confessions. And I'm so curious, knowing everything you know, is there anything you could admit to doing that in the moment you realize maybe wasn't the best reaction to something?
I have so many. But I do want to say one final thing about confessions, that every single mother, and I'm sure fathers too, but they don't ruminate quite as much as we do. We hold on to our mistakes and we give them a lot of space. Every mother has an experience that they believed caused all the problems that their teenager or young adult or adult child is having. And it's magical thinking because it's not true.
Okay.
So I have so many of those, but one is I was on a ski trip with my daughters in Italy, so glamorous and extreme and fantastic. And one of my daughters said she didn't feel well. And my friend that I was with had a thermometer. So I took her temperature and it said she didn't have temperature. And she went out to ski school. She was pretty young and she started hallucinating.
Oh my gosh.
She had such a high fever, hallucinating that her fingers were chicken bones. And it turned out the thermometer was broken.
Wow.
I have never forgiven myself for that. And I think about it fairly often.
Still to this point.
Every mother has one of these. You may not have yours yet.
No, I mean, I have moments. I have, but how do you get through those? Like, how do you move on and be like, okay, lesson learned? Do you apologize? Like,
so she and I have laughed about that a lot because my daughters are so kind. Mm-hmm. And if I brought that story up, my one or both of my daughters would say, Mom, you're doing it again. You're beating yourself up. You're digging through history to find ways that you, the parenting expert, really failed us on so many levels. So I use them to bolster me because they are so kind and generous. And one of my daughters, who has a big social media presence, people will say to her, oh, your mom's Dr. Wendy Mogel. What kind of mom was she really? And that daughter will say, she was a really good mom.
Oh.
And we are good friends now.
That's so sweet.
A while. So I learn it from my patients for sure. But I also learned it from my daughters. I'm just saying this so that parents in the trenches will realize what's ahead, because it's a lovely family band and everybody brings something different, and it can be music or it can be information. And each of those three boys you have is going to take a path that will be fascinating, and there'll be lots of Uffdas along the way. And they don't have to get it all from you. And this is it's a cliche now, but it's completely true. It takes a village.
Just one more thing I want to ask. Is there, it's kind of like a spicy take on parenting. Is there something that you stand by that others would think is controversial, but is just a parenting trait that you have?
So Calvin and I were at a beach that is called Schoolhouse Beach in Northern California. And instead of rocks, there are pebbles. We walked along the edge of the cliff. He was barefoot. I wasn't. Yeah. And there was the ocean right there.
Wow.
That was pretty spicy. He has excellent footing. And I knew we were safe. And worst case, I would dive in. Mm-hmm. He doesn't swim yet. Mm-hmm. He did it beautifully. And I thought, I have a hiking companion for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I love high-risk hiking. I just adore it. And this was my first hike with my 2-year-old grandson. Mm-hmm. And many others would not have done that. I'm very sure-footed. So is he. I will. And what our goal in our life with our children is making memories. Mm-hmm. I made a memory I will never forget, and I get to tell him about this later when we are
He's going to be like,
hiking.
Grandma, you're crazy. How did you let me do that?
I know, absolutely. Or maybe he'll say, at 2, he can't remember it, but I won't tell him the story necessarily. I'll remember it as we are hiking together. Remember that we started when he was 2.
Wow.
So that's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I suspect.
Well, Dr. Mogel, it was really so wonderful to talk with you. I mean, I could go on and on for hours and just talk to you about my family and hear about yours, but I know we're kind of out of time, but it was so nice to meet you and so nice to talk with you.
And it was a pleasure to talk to you, Dylan. I felt like I could say anything to you.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
I appreciate that. And we will each have an Uffda in our day today. And then we'll remember that we talked about it here.
I know. I'm going to think about you every time I say this word now. I just had no idea if I was using it in the right way, and apparently I am. The biggest takeaway I have is, as a parent, we get so wrapped up in the day-to-day, the busy things, looking at the calendar, what do we have to do, cooking dinner, everything. The idea of just sitting back and listening to what your child has to say with a sense of wonder, with that sense of enchantment that she talked so much about, the word wow. I didn't realize how much I say the word wow naturally. I thought it was maybe a crutch word, but it's me genuinely listening to what you're saying and thinking, wow, like that's really cool, or that's special. Or Uffda. Who knew I said Uffda all the time? And it actually means something. It means like, man, I get it. Like that stinks. And sometimes that's enough. That's enough as a parent to just listen. And whether it's a wow or an Uffda, sometimes that's all you need to say. And let your kids handle those moments and be there to listen, but let them go through the challenges and try to be resilient on their own. I'd love to know what you think is the biggest takeaway. You can always comment below. You can always send us what's on your mind. You can DM us at Today Parents or follow me at Dylan Dreyer NBC. I just love to hear what's on your mind, and maybe I'll say wow. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.